Hey, what's up everyone, this is R13 and let's get started. So on today's video, we are reviewing the Hguc NRX-055 Baund Doc, a Titan's prototype transformable mobile armor. This unit made an appearance in the Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta Series. I think that's right? But before moving forward, special shout out to the sponsor of this video, Sci-Fi Anime Montreal, for providing me with this beast here. And finally built it, and got to admit, it is an interesting design. So let's move on forward, shall we? Okay, so for a quick history here, it's actually quite interesting. Now, this unit is actually built by the Titans and made specifically for new types and cyber new types. Normal pilots can definitely use this, but it will not be able to show its true potential. Now, there's only 3 known pilots for this one here, technically 4, and I'll explain. Now, the first 2 are cyber new types, Rosemia Badam and Gates Kappa. Now, the third one is Jared Mesa, an ace pilot for the Titans, normal human, and the instructor, Loren Nakamoto. Now, there's only 3 known Baund Doc that has been released. Now, the first one actually got an instructor seat, and hence Loren Nakamoto, while the other 2 actually have just normal pilot seats. Now, the other feature that the Baund Doc have is the Psychomu system. So, if you are a new type or cyber new type, you will be able to pilot this beast a lot better. Now, it actually got these 2 forms here. You got the mobile suit form, as you guys can see. For the right, it actually got the claw. For the left, it actually got the arm with some shield, and it's actually a weapon as well. And then you get the mobile armor form, which is a beast. One thing I do like is you can actually kind of turn the feet into like just keep it as is, which is really nice. Now, that's it actually for the short history of this beast here. Now, when it comes to the armaments of the Baund Doc here, it's actually quite simple. Now, the first one is the typical right claw. That is a weapon on itself. It can definitely destroy units' arms. Now, the next one is the scattering mega particle gun. Now, it is actually hidden on the left shield of the Baund Doc in its mobile suit mode, but in mobile armor, it actually becomes its the left arm becomes its main body, and it's like a boomstick practically, and it can definitely do damage. Now, the next one is your basic beam saver, but then the hilt itself is a lot more longer, and definitely the length of the beam saver is a lot longer as well. And then last but not the least, you got your basic beam rifle that you can actually attach at the side of the Baund Doc during mobile armor mode. Now, let's do a size comparison here. Now, here is the first one. You got the, I think this is the Charzaka 2. Yep. And look at the size there. Wow. And then you got the Sinanju Stein here. Oh wow, just look at that. Taller and bigger than the Sinanju Stein and the Hguc Zakatu Char. Wow. Okay, now when it comes to the extra parts or the parts, the first one that I'm gonna show you guys is the polycaps here. Yep. Yeah, and then the next one is your beam saver. Yeah, and look at the length there, which is nice. And you get the hilt there. Of course, it actually comes with a spear beam saver effect as well. And then the next 2 items is you got your closed fist there, which is easy installation. I'll show you guys shortly. And then the next one is your trigger hand for your left hand. And then the Baund Doc currently has the open palm equipped. Now, the next piece of item is your beam rifle here, which is really nice, very basic design. And then you got your diffused mega particle cannon, and I call this piece the boomstick. Now, the next piece is your action base. Yeah, the action base here that comes with a very special part there, and this is actually quite nice, and a clear action base at that. And then last but not the least, you got your stickers, and the stickers there is very little, which is really nice. I'm quite happy. I only use a couple and just installed it at the forehead of the Baund Doc here. Now, and let's move on to the next base. Now let's have a closer look at the nubs, the seam lines, and the details of this beast here. As you guys can see, it's really not that bad. The color pattern is actually quite good as well, and it actually got the pink, the blue, the yellow, and the gray for the arms and certain areas, and it's really not that bad. As you guys can see, there's really nice basic details here, but it actually got that empty space there for scribing. So you guys can see, here is the waist area. It's actually quite big. You actually got the bands here, then you get the pink right glow. Definitely you can make this beast even better when it comes to giving this more details. And closer look here, it should have a mono eye here somewhere. There it is. Okay, and as you guys can see, there's even the articulated fin. And now for the legs here, underneath you actually got a lot of details, but let's focus on the claws here. More details there, and you get the thrusters, which is blue, and you actually got more details inside, which is actually quite fascinating. Now as you guys can see, the nubs and the seam lines are actually well placed, which is quite impressive, to be honest. Now of course there's going to be some nubs here at the chest area, as you can see with the white mark over there, and you can never truly eliminate nub marks, because making it thinner is going to be a lot harder when it comes to the molding process. There's one there at the back, and certain edges that you'll notice, but proper sanding and detailing shouldn't be any issue. Now let's move on to the next page, shall we? Overall, really not that bad when it comes to the nubs, the seam lines, and for the details, you can actually add more details by scribing or giving it a really nice paint job. Sky's the limit. Now time for the articulation test. This shall be very simple and very fast. Now the first one here is the headpiece. You get the fins here, which is nice. Be careful, it will pop out easily. And then for the head, you actually get the really great range of motion there. Definitely action post worthy. And then you get the shoulder piece here. The shoulder piece, left and right, are very different, as you guys can see. And yeah, and this is actually really got some good articulation here, because it actually does transform. And then for the right arm claw, as you guys can see, really nice range of motion. And the claw here, you can actually move it, which is quite nice. Definitely a lot of action poses here. Okay, and now for the right arm here, you actually get the shield and the weapon here, and you get the articulation there. You can pop this out. Look at that. Wow. And then, and for the torso and the waist area, look at that. Oh, and then when it comes to this is what it looks like. This really reminds me of Barbados. And I think that's it for the upper area. Now let's start off with the waist here. A huge waist. You get the flaps here up front, and then you get this piece here that's articulated for transformation, and then you get the thrusters underneath that is articulated. There's a ball joint over there. Right, nice range of motion. And then you get the legs here, as you guys can see, and this is the piece for your action base. That's really huge legs there, and you actually got a really nice range of motion. Look at that. Action pose at its finest. Okay. Then you get the claw. Wow. This is actually a very, very articulated mobile suit here, and definitely worth the build. Even though it actually got a weird design, it does grow on you. And now let's move on to the next phase here, shall we? Okay, so that wasn't easy. I have turned this into mobile armor so many times, and having a camera, it actually doesn't help. This took me a good 5 minutes actually to transform into mobile armor, and yet it is actually still not perfect. As you guys can see, it's supposed to snap, so I did something wrong there. And yeah. But overall, it's actually a really great kit. I really enjoyed building this beast here. Transformation mode definitely takes a lot of practice. And a little bit frustrating. So take your time, do not rush it when it comes to turning this beast into mobile armor mode. Now, is this unit worth getting? Definitely a yes. There's a lot of opportunity for building this unit here. There's certain nubs that you can see, but majority of it is actually well placed and you won't even notice it. On top of that, this beast here actually comes with a clear action base, and which actually makes it better, and the size itself is practically the same size as or a little bit taller than the Sinanju. Now added weaponries, extra parts, it's really not that bad, and the size itself, so, and great for action poses. You can definitely have a diorama for this. And I'm not a huge fan of the color pattern here. The dark gray color scheme is what I do prefer, but overall this beast actually does grow on you. It's so different from your typical mobile suit in the Gundam universe, and yeah, highly advisable for anyone to get this beast here. And that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. A special shout out to the sponsor of this video, Sci-Fi Anime Montreal. I really appreciate the beast here. I really enjoyed building this unit, and I will leave the link in the description below so you guys can check them out. And remember, have fun, relax, and enjoy. That is Gunpla. That is plastic model kits in general. And have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. This is R13 signing out, and don't forget to click the subscribe button and bell notification for future videos. I'll see you guys on the next one.